What's up, DBS fam? Eddie Sayola here with my boy Andrew Dovale. Another top cut performance. Tell us about your tournament, man.
The tournament went well. Had some rough early rounds, but I came back. I hadn't had too much experience with the deck, but I started to pick up on it, and I was able to win pretty much the rest of the tournament after round 3 to make top cut. Top cut. First game I played was a mirror. Yeah, it was a mirror. No, it was against Piccolo Surge. I was able to win that. Then I played Daylon playing Invoker, and I won that. And then I lost to Justin the last round. But yeah, let me show you guys the list. It worked really well for me. I really think it has answers to just about everything in the meta. It's just a solid deck. It's very good. I would play it again 100%. Sometimes you just don't draw the right cards when you need them, but besides that, like, the deck has answers to everything, and it has a good matchup, I feel, or at least even matchup against pretty much any deck in the meta. Alright, so let's go over the cards. Obviously the leader, I'm not going to go over it too much, it's just a good old SurgeKu, draw 2, pitch 1, awaken, red, yellow, draw 3, tap 1, and then, give your leader a double strike crit. Give your leader crit, plus 25k or plus 15k crit, plus 10k crit. Plus 10k crit.
This guy's tired.
Yeah, that was a hard match I was just in. And the other one is a negate all the skills, which is what really makes them good in this meta, is because there's a lot of people trying to do crazy stuff with their battle cards. You just blank them and you're able to survive.
Okay.
Alright, so going over the multicolors, I played a blue-red base package with Cooler and the Mecha Frieza, Energy, Blight. This card's actually really good. I summoned it a bunch against Invoker, and just to put pressure. It hits pretty hard. It's hard to deal with. It's basically a 20k body for 2, which is not bad. Or it can kill little guys. The Cooler was insane. It helps you a lot against all the aggro matchups. Specifically Boo. Boo doesn't like this card. It just starts wiping their board, and they lose to this card by itself. And it's just a really solid. It's a 1 mana 20k double strike that usually kills off some 5ks, so it's like worth 30k in value. This card is definitely very, very good in the SurgeKu list. I would recommend playing a blue-red base going forward, splashing red-yellow. So the red-yellow that we played is Beerus, Plea, and Battle to the Death.
How'd you like that 4-2 ratio on Beerus and Heartfelt?
4-2 felt fine. There's some matchups where you can't stick a Beerus. You could stick a Beerus, but it's like for example, against Invoker, you can Beerus, but since you're not going to be at 5 life, it feels bad to awaken that early. So, this gets sided out against them. And it's also just hard for this to stay on board. So, I like the split because it's not good in every matchup. You don't want to plea in every matchup, but it's a very good combo, and I think it's fine as is. You see so many cards of this leader, and Beerus is just a bonkers rival threat. Battle to the Death, just the most insane card against Invoker. Every time I was able to resolve it, I won against them. The only times I lost was when this was stripped from my hand. It could be possible that you want to play more of this in the sideboard. I'll mention that in a little bit. I think this card's insane in this meta. It's just really, really good. Bringing yourself from 8 to 5 and then being able to awaken just allows you to have way too many plays.
Guys, right?
Yeah. Yep. No. It's just minus 25 to 1 guy ignoring Barry.
Oh, the other ones are 2 guys.
Yeah.
You don't like that one over this one?
There's some matchups where you want to neg 2 guys, like in the mid-range mirror, like they'll summon 2 monkeys or a monkey and a Beerus or something, and you want to kill 2 things. That one is better because you don't need to take the life. But in some matchups, taking the life, like Piccolo Surge, that tries to stall you and then crit you down to 4, you just laugh in their face and be like, yeah, I'm gonna take my 3 life, and just start pushing as hard as possible. This one also does well against the successor build because you're able to neg their little guys. Like they try to summon Gohans and the rest guy. They're all 10k. They're all 10,000 power. So Cooler just wipes them, and then they have to rebuild, and it's super hard for them to get their successor plays going. So all they have going for them is Gogeta, and you have Gogeta too. So you're kind of just playing that mini game. But I thought this card was an overperformer this weekend. I think SurgeKu list needs to be running at least 2 of this main and probably 2 more in the sideboard from my experience. It's a very, very good card right now.
All right.
For the yellow kind of package, so since you're playing blue-red base, you need to charge yellow, so that way you have all of your energy going, or red-yellow, whichever. And you need a lot of yellow for arrivals, so you have your...
All 8 apes?
Yeah, all 8 apes and 2 Champas. these are just the best yellow cards that you can play in this deck. This card is an insane pressure card on turn 2. This is a great just filter through your deck, find whatever you need. If you get Gogeta, you refuel, you can push, add cards back to your hand, defend, push again. So these cards are all really good. The fact that you just see and draw so many cards, it allows you to play a greedier deck, a more powerful deck than other people. So that's really nice. Champa, it's just very good. Like, you don't ever want to go below 2 with this card. It really helps against a lot of matchups. Just any, Gogetas, secret rares, you name it, this card hits it. You probably should. I wasn't playing more in the sideboard, but I will mention the cards that I didn't like in my sideboard that I'll be taking out to add more Champas, because Champa is very, very good right now too.
You think you would put at 3 or you put at 4?
I think you just want 4 in some
4?
matchups.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just really good. For 2 mana, you could also just charge the extras, pitch the extras. So, and this leader, overdoing it on a card is never bad because you can get rid of the extra card, like the extra copies of it. So you could just side as many as you need. Like, you could just jam it in your deck and you'll never see too many for that reason. Gogeta Hero Revived, Son Goku Path to Greatness, and Super Saiyan Vegeta Exploiting Weakness is the Gogeta package. I just played it at 3/3/3 for the highest consistency. When I needed it on turn 5, I had it on turn 5 between drawing from my apes and drawing from my leader and filling my drop. It just works really well with this leader. You're applying pressure, you're filling up the drop area, and then you're going to Gogeta them and take all that advantage that you gave them away. I would keep it the same way. Some lists were running like 3-2-2, but I think you just want to be as consistent with the Gogeta plan main deck and, sideboard it out when you don't need it. 4 Sensu Bean, just this deck is like lives and dies by how much energy it has, especially in the mid-range mirrors. Like the fact that you just have so much energy, and then now you can, that you can do so much with your energy, and then you bean and you have more energy. It just lets you extend and extend and extend and build like insane boards or just defend forever. So 4 bean for sure, wouldn't cut lower than that. For the same reason, I like this super combo, 3 beer super combo. It's not just to rival the cooler, it's also just to untap energy to summon more apes so that you can tap out on your turn and not worry about dying on their turn. So you can like Gogeta them and not be like in a bad position if they draw really well. You can draw 2 with your draw 2 apes from the drop and just leave yourself tapped out, and then this card just saves the day and just untaps you. And we played one of this because it just makes rivaling beers so easy. It also works really well with beers minus the card, and then Beerus is able to pop it, so it's able to pop secret rares, it's able to pop 40Ks pretty easily. It's possible that this could be a 2-2 split. I did want there were certain situations where I wanted the red-yellow, but since this is the only way to get the cooler out besides comboing a blue-red itself, it's up in the air. But you see so many cards, it might be worth for a 2-2 split, because this card was very useful again against Boo. It just destroys them. Like, there's so many applications for the -10. It helps you keep the board clean and stops people from going into plea, all that type of stuff. Time Magic, you can put whatever negate. I just recommend a Sparky negate so you can take some life when you use it instead of just using it. It's possible that you could play the.
This for your prizes, I think.
Okay.
There you go.
It's possible that you could play a drop negate, because this card is like best against Invoker. And it's possible that the drop negate is better because you can negate and then negate again. But that's something that is for consideration. 2 poison again. This is very good in the mid-range mirror. It's just a solid card in any matchup that goes long because you're gonna have extra energy and you want to stifle your opponent's plays, bloodlust them and draw a card and rest the card. It's really good in any mid-range, any Piccolo, SurgeKu, Invoker, any Surge matchup, anything that goes long. It just doesn't do anything against aggro, but you can, again, you filter through this leader, you can awaken with it, so you can get it out of your hand. And then the 3 1-0s are the win conditions. The Smoke Dragon, which won me like, I want to say like 4 or 5 games yesterday. It's just so hard for people to deal with this. Like, if you Gogeta them and you untap and then you do this, the game's over on the spot. Like, if they don't have an answer for it, you just take what remains of their hand. Same thing with the 10-drop Fu. Like, if you Gogeta them and then drop 10-drop Fu, they're super dead. So you just want the two. Those are just your finishers that are very hard to answer. And then finally Champa, because it works so well with the leader. I wanted to play more than one Champa, but I saw it enough, and it went for game a lot of times. Like, you know, it worked out. It worked out with the three kind of like one-ofs. Yeah, it worked out. I would have kept it like that. Okay. And then for the sideboard, we played 2 Cease to Exist. Again, it's really good in the mid-range turns. It's not as good in the Invoker. The Invoker, you want battle to the death, but in other matchups, you do want to be able to, you know, clear away boards. Like Successor doesn't like this card. It just clears off all their battle cards, and they don't have anything to Successor with. 2 Broly Crown, MVP. This guy won me a lot of games because you just like hit Gogeta pieces out of people's hands. Like you force bad interactions. Like when I played against Justin, he had to Royal Condemnation this, where I was gonna take his Gogeta pieces from his hand, and he can't Gogeta me, and he couldn't win the game if he couldn't Gogeta me. So this card's very good. It's possible that this should also be more copies of this, because I didn't use this card too much. Like there's certain matchups where this card's very good. Like any aggro matchup, like they have to deal with this and kill this before they can kill you. And it's just a small investment for 1 mana. But I didn't play against too much aggro. And I don't feel like you have a bad matchup because your SurgeKu is hard to kill you anyways. So it's possible that card didn't need to be there. This card definitely did not need to be there.
He looks lost, big. Dead.
It was just a hedge against like Janimbas and stuff like that, and the Cell deck that tries to, you know, loop you with this cards. But you could just get rid of that and put like the 2 Battle to the Deaths or the Brolys or any other card. Like this really wasn't necessary. 2 Topo. I think 2 Topo is fine because you only want to bring it in against the aggressive decks. Like you don't need to be Topoing too much. Like sometimes it's good. It's not good against Piccolo, but you can bring it in against like SurgeKu. And be able to, you know, stall their turns a little bit. But they can Broly it out of your hand as well, so you got to be careful with that. Topo's a very good card though. I would keep it at 2. After Image, very good against all the aggressive decks. You need more negates against them, like Gohan. So just bringing in the 3rd and 4th negates in that matchup help out a lot, and these are the strongest ones. So you just put the 2 After Image. 2 UI for the slower matchups for people trying to Gogeta you or just like Secret Rare you, etc. It's a pretty good answer to those. It gets around Poison, but it can still be Royal Condemnation, so you have to be careful with that. But it's a very good card. I'm not sure if I would keep it in the sideboard. I feel like it might be more useful to have something else, but it was definitely a good inclusion whenever I needed to take out some cards I didn't need so much. And finally, 1 Mafuba. It just comes in against Invoker as well, just so you have another extra card threat that they have to get rid of, or their secret doesn't do anything. So, yeah, that's the list. I wouldn't make so many changes to the main board. Like I said, I already went over that. The sideboard could definitely use some help to improve the matchups, just to make them more consistent. You have a lot of answers to the Invoker trying to kill you. Like, they don't have many ways of killing you, but sometimes they get there, and maybe some more answers to like the Cell decks or for the Mirror. Maybe get a little bit greedier. But overall, the deck performed really well. I have no complaints. I will play it again. I think it's the best deck right now for sure.
All right, real quick. I noticed you don't have any Denial of Hopes. How do you feel about that card?
No, you don't need that.
His neg?
No. What do you? There's nothing to deny really.
Are you going for a game? Scared of a Topo? Like you don't bring any kind of counters.
You can look at their hand, so you know if like there's a situation where you go for Topo. Also, your main plan is to Gogeta people, so it's like you could Topo me all you want. Eventually, your hand size is gonna go low, and if you try to Topo me when your hand size is low, then you have no hand. So I'm fine with it. Topo doesn't bother this deck, in my opinion. It's like if you have an insane board, they Topo you, then you just play too much into it. Like you could just be gathering resources, drawing 2 with your apes instead of playing a million battle cards. You just need like 1 or 2 threats on board, and you're gonna win with this deck.
All right, sounds good, man. Any shout-outs you want to give before we go?
Yeah, we give a shout out to the team FOE. We got Juan, we got Meadow, we got Saki Meadow with you, Daylon.
The boys, man.
And,
you stopped. I got you.
And yeah, we still got our boys playing over there.
We got over there.
The whole team.
We got Rios.
Eon.
Oh, the whole team did top today. That is savage. The whole team topped today,
And
B.
yeah, shout out to Prismatic Defender.
That's savage.
You know, the sponsors. And,
Shout out to you for giving me the chocolates.
yeah, that's a good.
We all top today, didn't we, bro?
Yeah.
The entire team, man. I'm dead. All right,
All
appreciate it.
7 of us.
I'm dead.